Good morning. It is Saturday, June 24th, 2023, 7:13 a.m. in my locale. It is approximately 84 degrees and still very, very humid. Yesterday's weather was about 90, heat index about 98. Air wasn't moving. The only time the air was moving is if you were moving on a vessel. So it was very hot, very oppressive. I can feel that all in my elbows, my hand joints, my thumbs, my knees, my ankles, which is a barometric pressure thing, I think, but we'll get through it. This is why we have a leave, right? So let's see. Yesterday, I went on 2 tours. Small boat, then big boat. I'm sorry, 3 tours. 2 small boat, 1 big boat. And I was helping do the canvas on one of the boats, so that's a new skill I got to learn. That's kind of fun. Not a big deal. However, today is Saturday, so that means 2 captains, 2 naturalists. One of the captains is called in because they think they have to move some houseboats. Maybe. Okay. So she's not very happy, and my answer is, could have said no. Move your day off. You leave others to their choices. So let's see what's going on. Got home last night. It was very hot. Air conditioning is good. Moved the awning out. It rained a little bit last night. That was nice. Didn't rain on my plants because I had the awning covering them, because obviously the sun was just oppressive. It was really bad. So I'll close that awning before I leave today to make sure that the plants get appropriate water and sun. And the other thing is I ate, and then somewhere about 7:45, man, everything just fell on me. It was like somebody dropped a ton of bricks on me. I was sore. My joints hurt. I was really wrecked up. And I just went, you know what my problem is? I think you're dehydrated. And I also think that you're exhausted. Because I think that the heat does take quite a bit out of you, as everybody knows. Plus the effort, plus the this and that. And I went, you know what? Forget about it. So made sure the kids went out. I went to bed at about 7:45 or so. We woke up at about 10:30, and the big guy, he went to the bathroom, and the other one didn't. And then I went back to bed until, I don't know, 1, I think. And then that's when Bodie needed to go out, and he was a good boy. He let me know what was going on, and he did poopy on the pad. I'm very impressed. That's awesome. So he got a treat, and he went back to bed. Somewhere about 20 after 4, Bodie gets up and starts screaming. So I, of course, sit up and go, what's going on? I hear my neighbor is outside with her dog. So obviously she had to go out. That can happen. So I appreciate Bodie alerting me to something different in the environment. So at that point, we just got up and got started. Current weather is about 85 degrees here, and it's humid to the point that I can see the windows sweating. So it's going to be another wet, semi-overcast, partly sunny, humid day that I'm going to have to work through. But again, 2 naturalists, 2 this and that. Maybe the older captain and I will keep working on the other boat and let the other 2 just run things around. Or what will happen is one of the houseboats will come in, and I will start taking care of that, and I will let the other naturalist and the senior captain run the tours. Unless the other captain is not running the tours, then she'll be moving houseboats. It's very confusing. I would have to say that the planning structure here, okay, is pretty much that to throwing jelly beans on the floor and then trying to find a mosaic. It really is not the greatest that I've ever seen. I can't say I would do better given the situation, but I can say that I would be able to do a much more organized fashion on what's going on. I think that my boss should have 5 minutes with our staff, 3 minutes, and just, here's what's happening today. Here's where we're going to go. Things are going to change. Things are going to happen. But if he just gave us some general direction and said, you go here, you go here, you go here. If anything changes, I'll let you know. We'd be doing a lot better. But instead, we're kind of left to ourselves, which kind of is good because I can choose my own adventure, right? So let's see. We have a poem. It's a little long. Buddha mind is born in Buddha mind. Buddha mind grows old in Buddha mind. And after all, Buddha mind dies in Buddha mind. Because of the karmic nature of language, we have to use dualistic expressions. The truth is, Buddha mind and only and nothing else. When we look at our lives from that point of view, something that is unbearable becomes bearable. Something that is unforgivable may become forgivable. Gratitude increases and arrogance decreases. After all, this universe is nothing but Buddha mind. Ido Taishimano, 1932-2018. I'm not even sure where to go with this. I don't even know what this is because the most important thing is the dualistic nature of karmic nature of language. We have to use dualistic expressions. I have to admit I'm a black and white thinker and I will correct people. Is this done? Almost. Then the answer is no. Just say no. It's not done. Give me an update. Tell me how long it's going to take. No, we're about 60%. Thanks. Better than almost. Maybe. How about honest? Is it done? No. When? 2 minutes. Thank you. Done or undone? Up or down? Left or right? The hardest part about thinking in those terms is you have to make a decision. And you have to speak it clearly. If it's not done, say it's not done. Stop worrying about getting in trouble. Stop worrying about anything. It's not done. Get a commitment. My mentor used to say, get an answer, get a commitment, get a time frame, and then, of course, either put that person to be responsible to let you know when it's complete, or you have to set a time of your own where you go back and see if it's complete. But all these, sorry about the air conditioning, all these soft answers of no, maybe, kinda, soon, they're wimpy, they're silly, they're garbage. The more shit you accept, the more you're going to get. So I'm the one that will actually change people at work and go, is it done? Almost. That's a no. When will it be done? Oh, I don't like it. I don't care. The answer is no, it's not done. When will it be done? Give me something I can use here, guys. I think that, again, karmic nature of language is whole. We've got a whole group of people that love to change definitions of things, and as George Carlin says, the torturous language they want us to use. A plain speaker with a straightforward approach, I think, is going to be the most effective person in the room. No, I could be old, and maybe the most effective person in the room now is the one who's the most diverse person. Or maybe that most effective person in the room is the person that has the most adversity points. Something tells me, after the things we've been watching in the last few days, and now I'm going off on a tangent, which would you rather fly on? An airplane built by the most competent and the most straightforward engineers possible, and the most experienced engineers, or the most diverse ones? The competent engineer and the competent person is going to construct a high quality item that is going to get you safely to your destination. The most diverse one is going to get you all the way to the crash site. So I guess it depends. You know, if you go to the crash, do you get victim points? And see how the problem begins again. Alright, I'm going to get off my hobby horse here. We're going to go to our daily room pull. Sorry. I pulled it sideways, which means I'm not doing it right. I'm not concentrating. Well, actually, I'll flip it over so you can see it. That's the way it's supposed to be. There's really no inverse on that. That is, I believe, Suelu. It is 131. We've pulled this one before. Wholeness, which your nature requires, the impulse towards self-realization, and indicates a path you must follow, not from ulterior motives, but from the core of your individuality. One of those things that does not exist a lot anymore. Individuals over collective authority. Be an individual. Be you. Don't be part of that group or one of them. Be you. Be careful. If you're a jerk, and at least you're being you. Seeking after wholeness is important. You are striving to become what is your nature. You must become conscious of this essence and bring it into form and express it in a creative way. This rune is of great power. It marks a time for regeneration down to the cellular level. Given the soreness I had yesterday, please, I'll take restorative to the cellular level. It has no reverse position, but you may see fit to withdraw or retreat in the face of a pressing situation, especially if events or people are demanding that you expend your energy now. To retreat in the face of a pressing situation, especially if events or people are demanding that you expend your energy now. Are these events that are going to serve you? Are these people that are quality individuals? Be sure you ask those questions before you say, well, I have to run in, I can't stop. Not every event is a quality event or an event that is going to serve you well. Not every person that you're going to help is going to be a quality individual or is going to be even an individual or a person. Okay? That's very, very important. You know, we have to think about that. You have a limited amount of time and energy. You may be told that you shouldn't retreat. And the question is, well, it didn't say retreat. I didn't say go back. I said pause. I said maybe we should look at this person. We should look at that person. And we should say to ourselves, this is a piece of walking garbage, and I'm tired of the screaming and the purple hair and the tattoos. This person is having a problem feeding their kids. Her husband just got laid off. What can I do to help them? I didn't say retreat. I said pause and reflect. So keep that in mind. This could be a retreat in strength, and it can indicate a need for avoidance, for centering, and for balance. Yes, I would have to say that. The more stressful my environment becomes, the more I tend to meditate. Okay, so you have to open yourself up and let the light into a part of your life that has been secret or shut away. You may have to have a profound recognition, and you may have to give up something. No, we've given up enough. You can't have it. Let's see, they're talking about not to give yourself airs in a time of bountiful energy, required to face and vanquish your refusal to let right action flow through you. Be very careful about what that right action is. You have to remember you are living in the world that you did not create, and this is 2023. If you stoop to console a crying child, there might be a lawsuit right after that. Be careful of what you do. These are not quality people. This is walking garbage. You have to be careful. You must practice the art of doing without doing and aim yourself truly and maintain your aim without manipulative effort. That makes sense. Head forward. Don't worry about trying to make it happen. Just get forward and get in there and get started. And the rest is about ways of thinking and being that integrates a more solid you, which I agree with. Okay, let's go to our little book. Yep. We opened it to an index. Let's see. If you command them with the civil and unify them through the martial, this is what was referred to as being certain to take them. Command them with the civil, which means the rules, the ways, and unify them with the martial, which is get them all working together as a standing group. You can win. Well, that is a beautiful statement. However, I don't think we could probably get most of the people around us on the same page if we made the page bigger. That's all right. So let's go forward. Let's talk about the poem. We're talking about Buddha mind and the karmic nature of language and dualistic expressions. So what we're saying here is, he's talking all or nothing. It's either Buddha mind or not. So either you are peaceful, tranquil, or everything else is noise. Okay, I can get that. Learning to detect and understand what that noise is an extremely important thing. Our rune talks about regeneration and putting forth effort. So the question is, where should you put forth that effort? To whom should you put forth that effort? Because your time and energy are limited, and you have to be very careful about the consequences of your effort. We had a fellow the other day, or just the other day, who got medevaced out of here. Apparently, he decided to play with a shark, and he got himself bit. I have absolutely no sympathy for this individual. Number one, you are teasing a shark. Number two, you got bit. All I can say is, enjoy the helicopter ride and enjoy the medical bill, because you're an idiot. And we have to walk away from the idiot. And of course, our little book tells us to marshal people around something. A combined set of ways of being, and then something to fight for. And that's important. So even if you have all of this, what they call wholeness and spiritual energy, something to fight for provides a conduit for that energy and that use. And that's good. Make sure that you have the appropriate conduit for that. And now, because Queso's awake, I don't think Bodhi's awake. Bodhi's sound asleep. Queso just woke up, so we're going to go for our obligatory Queso view. Hello. This is a very good boy last night. Bodhi is sound asleep, so I don't think I can even get a picture of him. Yeah, he's out. So we're going to omit our moment of Bodhi, because we're going to let Bodhi have his moment before I feed them, which is next step. It's 7:30. I have to feed him. I'll just throw something down my throat. I have to finish getting dressed, and then off to work we go. And we'll see what happens. Will I be home early? Boy, I hope so. Will I not be home early? Well, then hopefully I will get overtime. Other than that, it's just a job. And as much as I enjoy it, who knows? Yesterday there were a lot of animals out because of the humidity and some rain. So hopefully today we're going to have the same level of success. I want you to have the same level of success. I want you to understand that there is a dualistic function here. Understand that, it's either one way or the other. There's nothing in the middle. Gray is an awful place, maybe is a terrible answer. Okay? Understand the karmic nature of language. Okay? When you change the language, you change how people think about it. So use plain and simple language, and when people try to change the definitions, tell them no, give them the definitions, and then walk away. Don't fight them. Number 3, use that, what they're saying is that energy that you have to go and do something. If you have to go look at something you don't want to look at, today's the day to go do it. If there's something you can do and you want to move forward in small steps, go ahead and do it. Okay? But don't turn around and say, oh, I can, or no, you can. You can get it done. Our book tells us if we can get groups of people together and we can unite them under a series of ideals or ways of behavior, and I mean positive behavior, not rules and regulations and nonsense and mandates. We all collectively agree we don't kick the puppy, right? And then you harness that energy by saying we're all behind a single thing. You got yourself a standing army. That's great. Other than that, all I can say is, hey, have a great day. I'm just going to have to finish up getting dressed. I do not want to go back outside. I've been outside since about 5:15, so it was pretty wet and pretty humid. So it's going to be a tough day to slog through. Weather-wise, we are going to get through it. And remember, today's my Friday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I am off. That gives me more time to study. It gives me more time to reorganize around here. It gives me more time to do any other thing. I'm very happy about this. I do need some time off. I got to stay away from dealing with these people, and I need a little hermit time. So, Bodhi, No. Bodie, Queso, and myself, we say, hey man, have a great Saturday. Go get something done. Don't use tortured language. Use clear language. And more importantly, be effective in what you do in everything you do today. Bye-bye.